Alright, guys, buckle up because this is going to be a journey to remember, which is from Karachi to Naga Parko. आपने 0 kilometers कर दिया है. Time is 7:48 and we are off for this adventure. So we are going for this trip taking this good old GT road, one of the oldest and most historic highways in the region. As we cruise along, leaving behind the bustling city, the landscape slowly started to change. Heading east from Karachi towards Thar, you're really gonna see those different sides of Pakistan. So guys, this road that we are going on is N5, right? And the name of this road before N5 was GT Road. And it's a 500-year-old road. Which empire was it? Mauryan Empire was the one who built it.
3 BC.
In 3rd BC. And then Shesha Suri was the one who
Brought it in 16th century.
in 16th century. What a history. And it goes from Karachi to Lahore all the way to Peshawar. The terrain shifts from urban sprawls to vast open fields, dry patches, and then stretches of agricultural land. This region has a mix of industries and crops. Sugarcane, cotton, and wheat are commonly grown here, while the economy also thrives on small-scale industries like textile production and livestock farming. As we move further, the landscape becomes flatter, with occasional sand dunes and hinting at what lays ahead. One of the first stops we made was at the famous Imran Cafe, and honestly, this place was absolutely worth it. Good chai, fresh parathas, it was a proper desi breakfast, setting the tone for the rest of the trip. This was also an experience that I was trying to figure out how can I solve this equation in this part of the trip. Back on the road, something that caught my attention was the Indus Hospital operating out of a container. What an innovative way to bring healthcare to remote communities. This region may not have big hospitals in every town, but seeing such initiatives was genuinely heartwarming. Another fascinating sight was the local transport. Huge, colorful, decorative trucks loaded with crops and even cattle making their ways across villages and towns. It was a whole different world here. Life moves at a slower pace, yet people seem content, happy in their own rhythm. Sometimes when we crave weekend getaways from our screen-heavy, chaotic lives, these folks seem to have already figured out a way of living that's more peaceful and fulfilling. But of course, every lifestyle comes with its own set of struggles. As we crossed Badin, we saw bhattas, where bricks are baked in massive structures before being distributed across the country. A scene straight out of a documentary showing a craft that's been around for centuries. The road, by the way, were very surprisingly well laid, and my friend Mayu mentioned how come Chinese investments have played a role in developing Pakistan's infrastructure. That's something you notice when traveling. Certain stretches of highways are really well built thanks to these collaborations. Finally, we reached Slum Court, where we checked into the Container City Hotel by SZS, a unique concept but well maintained and comfortable. Another good option here is the Serene Hotel, a newly built, well furnished place to stay. Room rates in winter range from 4,000 to 5,000, which is pretty reasonable. Between the two, SZS offers better food and more privacy compared to the Royal Taj, which is another well known spot but slightly less private. So SZS, Sindh Anglo Coal Mining Company's housing facility, is built using shipping containers converted into the fully functional living spaces. This idea is very practical and efficient, especially in places like Thar, where setting up a permanent infrastructure in such a harsh climate is very challenging. Instead, a traditional concrete building, SZS has opted for modular container rooms, which are durable, easily transportable, and well insulated to handle the extreme weather conditions of the desert. The layout of the facility is well structured, with container rooms arranged in the neat rows, interconnected with paved walkways and green patches. The road inside the facility are well maintained and there are designated areas for dining and recreation. Security is tight with 24/7 surveillance and controlled entry points, making it a safe and comfortable place to stay for visitors and workers. Do you guys know what chonras is? So I used to call them mud huts. Chonras are round, single-room mud huts with straw roofs, offering a simple yet highly effective way of living in the desert. The walls are made from the mixture of mud and cow dung, which helps keep the interiors cool during the scorching summers and warm during the chilly winters. The roofs, crafted from dried grass and wooden supports, are structured in a dome shape, which not only prevents heat accumulation but also provides protection against strong winds and sandstorms. These huts have been used for centuries, passed down through generations, and are incredibly eco-friendly. Unlike modern houses that trap heat, chonras naturally regulate temperature, making them perfect for desert living. Inside, you'll often find colorful handmade rugs, clay pots, and wooden furnitures, all part of the indigenous Thari lifestyle. The history of Thar and its Hindu population is very rich and diverse, deeply intertwined with Sindh culture heritage. Historically, the region was part of the ancient trade routes and has seen influences from Rajputs, Mughals, and later the British. However, one of the most distinct aspects of Thar is its significant Hindu population. Unlike most other regions of Pakistan, over 40% of the population in Thar Parker consists of Hindus, many of whom have been living here for generations. The Hindu communities in Thar are mostly Dalits, Rajputs, and Brahmins, and their presence is reflected in the region's architecture, traditions, and even its bazaars. In towns like Mitti and Slamkot, it's most common to see temples alongside mosques, and religious festivals like Diwali and Holi are celebrated just as widely as Eid. This harmonious coexistence between Hindus and Muslims in Thar is a unique and often cited as a model of interfaith harmony in Pakistan. A key part of Hindu culture in Thar is silver jewelry, especially the silver kari, thick bangles worn by Hindu women, sometimes reaching up to their shoulders. Traditionally, these were more affordable, but with rising silver prices, they've become a bit of a luxury, costing around rupees 80,000 for a thick one. As we moved deeper into Thar, leaving behind the beautifully simplistic genres and the vibrant Hindu bazaars, we approached one of the biggest industrial projects in Pakistan, the Thar coal mines, which is revolutionizing the energy sector. But more on this is coming in next part of the vlog, so stay tuned.